The Haunting at Hollowwood Manor. Hollowwood Manor, a dark and imposing structure, loomed atop a lonely hill, casting a chilling shadow over the small town of Willowbrook. It was a place of dread, whispered about in hushed tones by the townsfolk. The mansion had stood abandoned and decaying for decades, its history marred by tales of curses, tragic deaths, and restless spirits. No one dared approach it after dark, and for good reason. On a moonless night in October, a group of thrill-seekers gathered around a bonfire at the base of the hill. Among them was Sarah, a skeptical journalist who had become fascinated by the local legends surrounding Hollowwood Manor. Armed with cameras, flashlights, and a determination to unravel the mysteries within, they began the treacherous ascent, their footsteps echoing eerily in the silence. Inside the mansion, darkness enveloped them like a shroud. Shadows danced on the peeling, crumbling wallpaper, and the air was thick with the musty scent of ages gone by. As they ventured deeper into the decaying rooms, strange occurrences began to unfold. Whispering voices echoed in the narrow corridors, and doors slammed shut on their own, locking them in. Panic set in, but they pressed on, fueled by both fear and curiosity. In the attic, Sarah stumbled upon a dusty, leather-bound diary. Its pages bore the name of Emily Hollowwood, a former resident of the mansion. Sarah's heart raced as she read the diary's chilling entries, which detailed a forbidden love affair, betrayal, and a curse that had plagued the Hollowwood family for generations. The more Sarah read, the more she believed that the legends surrounding Hollowwood Manor were not mere folklore, but a horrifying reality. As the night deepened, a malevolent presence descended upon them. A shadowy figure, with hollow eyes and a sinister grin, manifested in the hallway. It whispered their darkest secrets, filling them with an overwhelming sense of dread. Panic turned to terror as they realized that they were not alone in Hollowwood Manor. The entity, whatever it was, had taken an interest in their presence. Desperation gripped them, and they fled the mansion, leaving behind their equipment. Outside, the once calm night had transformed into a stormy nightmare, with thunder echoing the mansion's malevolence. Lightning periodically illuminated the mansion's facade, revealing the shadowy figure standing ominously in a window, its malevolent gaze fixed upon Sarah. Running for their lives, they knew they were pursued relentlessly by the entity. Cornered in the dense woods surrounding the mansion, they began to realize the entity sought retribution for the sins of the Hollowwood family. In a desperate bid to appease it, they offered their own blood as a sacrifice, hoping against hope that it would spare them. The entity accepted their offering, its haunting presence slowly receding into the darkness, leaving them shaken, wounded, and grateful for their lives. They returned to Hollowwood Manor, cautiously retrieving their equipment. Sarah was determined to uncover the truth behind the Hollowwood curse, despite the terror they had experienced. As they reviewed the footage and photographs they had captured, they were confronted with undeniable proof of the entity's existence. Sarah realized that only by breaking the curse could they hope to find peace for themselves and the tortured spirits that lingered within. Armed with the knowledge gleaned from Emily Hollowwood's diary, they embarked on a harrowing journey to confront the entity at the heart of the mansion. The ritual they performed was fraught with danger, involving incantations and symbols that seemed to defy reason. The entity manifested itself once more, its malevolence reaching a crescendo as they recited the incantations. It was a terrifying showdown, but they held their ground, knowing that they were the last hope for the mansion's salvation. In a blinding flash of light, the entity dissipated into nothingness, leaving Hollowwood Manor in a silence it hadn't known in centuries. The curse that had tormented the Hollowwood family and the town of Willowbrook had been broken, and the tortured spirits had found release. As the first rays of dawn broke through the mansion's once dreaded windows, it stood in silence, a symbol of the horrors that lurked in the darkness, waiting for those who dared to seek the truth. The legend of Hollowwood Manor would live on, a testament to the enduring power of curses, the resilience of the human spirit, and the price one paid for delving into the darkest corners of the supernatural world. Sarah, the journalist, had uncovered the truth, but it had come at a terrible cost, leaving her forever haunted by the horrors she had witnessed in the shadowy halls of the accursed mansion.